What is going on, guys? It's Amit, you're watching DevDreamer, and welcome to lesson 15 in JavaScript. In this lesson, we're going to finish up our study on strings by learning all about string methods. If you enjoy the content, don't forget to like and subscribe down below and choose all notifications by clicking the bell so you never miss an update. Okay, so welcome back to lesson number 15. Let's learn all about string methods. So a few lessons ago, remember we spoke about the fact that when you create a primitive, such as a number, a string, or a boolean, although they're not objects themselves, they do have access to object counterparts. So numbers have access to the number object, strings have access to the string object. Remember, JavaScript is smart enough to know that when we create a string, it's a string, and so it has access to string properties and methods. Now there are quite a lot of string methods, but in this lesson we're going to be focusing on a select few that I think you'll be using most often in your projects. I will of course leave a link below to a full list of the string methods, so you can always go ahead and check them out. Okay, so let's start then with taking a look at a very useful string property called length. Now this is going to be the only property we look at, and then we're going to be looking at some string methods. So let's go ahead and create a variable. So I'm going to say let course be assigned the value of JavaScript is cool, and then I'm going to console.log course. Now if I say dot or full stop, your text editor, I'm using VS Code here, should come up with a list of string methods and properties. So you can see here it says method and then string. Now what we're looking for is a property. So we're not looking for a method, we're looking for a property, and the property we're looking for is this one here called length. As you can see, it says property and then string. So let's go ahead and select this. Let's go ahead and save and see what the console gives us. Okay, so the console returns 18. So the way that this works is JavaScript will count each of these characters, including the spaces, and then give us the total. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The spaces included as well, so that's 11, 12, 13. Again, the spaces included, so that's 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So we get 18 in the console. The length property can be useful, for example, when validating the number of characters entered into a form field. Let's say, for example, you had a form and the user's password had to be 8 characters at least. Well, we can use the length property here to identify whether that is the case. Okay, let's start looking at some string methods then. The first one we're going to look at is trim. The trim method removes leading and trailing white spaces from a string. So for example, let's go ahead and just use our same variable up here. Over here at the beginning of our string, we're just going to put some spaces in and put some more spaces in there. Let's change this now to course.trim. Remember, since this is a method, we need to add an opening and closing parentheses at the end. Let's go ahead and save this. And in the console, trim has actually trimmed the white spaces at the beginning and at the end of our string. It's important to note as well that the trim method does not affect spaces in between. So for example, the space here and the space here is not affected. It's just the spaces at the beginning and at the end of our string. Okay, so that's the trim method. The next one we're going to look at is toUpperCase. So let's go ahead and comment this out, and let's remove these trailing and leading white spaces. Okay, so can you guess what toUpperCase does? Well, let's do console.log course.toUpperCase. And of course what this does is it turns our string into all capital letters or uppercase. So let's go ahead and save. And as you can see, we get JavaScript is cool in all caps. Now we can also do toLowerCase, and this of course sets all our characters to be lowercase characters. So two handy methods there, uppercase and lowercase. The next one we're going to look at is indexOf. So let's just go ahead and just comment these out like so, and say console.log course. So the next one is indexOf. We can use the indexOf method to find the indexed position of a single character or word. So in here then, in the parentheses, I'm going to say A, making sure to surround it with quotation marks. Let's save and let's see what we get. So the console returns 1. Let's see why. J is 0, and the first A we come across is in position number 1, which is why we get 1. If we change this to C, the console returns 5. So that's, start here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Now we can also say lastIndexOf, so let's get rid of this. And we can say lastIndexOf. And now if we say A, let's see what we get. This now returns 3 as opposed to 1. LastIndexOf finds the last occurrence of a character or word. So over here, this is the first A, and this is the last A inside our string. So we've got 0, 1, 2, and then 3. So the last index of A is 3. So the string methods indexOf and lastIndexOf are really helpful in finding the index positions of characters or words. The next one we're going to look at is the slice method. The slice method extracts the specified indexed section. So let's say console.log course dot slice. So for example, if we wanted to slice out the word JavaScript from our string, then we would simply say 0, which is the first index, and then 10, which is the last index. So this here is position 0. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's go ahead and save this. And sure enough, the console returns JavaScript. We've used the slice method to slice out characters 0 to 10. So slice extracts the specified indexed section. We can also replace specified values with another value by using the replace method. So let's go ahead and once again comment this out. And we're going to say course dot replace. So let's first go ahead and just change our string to say JavaScript is not cool. And then we want to use our replace method to replace the word not with so. So the way that we do this is we say a variable name course.replace, and then in parentheses, first is the word you're looking to replace. So we're going to say not, then you do comma, and then what you're looking to replace it with. So we're going to say so. And now if we go ahead and console.log this, the console returns JavaScript is so cool. So once again, we can use the string replace method to replace a specified value with another value. Okay, so that's replace. Let's go ahead and change this. Now the final method we're going to look at is called char at. Char is short for character. And you can think of this method as the opposite method to indexOf. With indexOf, we were specifying a character and then getting the index of that character or word. With char at, what we're doing is we're specifying an index and then we're getting the letter or word back to us. So for example, if you wanted to pull out the character S, then that would be, right, so J is 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we're looking for the fourth index here. Let's save this, and the console returns S. So once again, the string method char at returns the character at a specified index. So guys, that's it for this lesson then. As you can see, there are loads of different and useful string methods that we can use. To summarize, whenever we create a string or even a number or boolean, JavaScript gives us access to a number of different methods that we can use. For strings, there are many useful methods that enable us to do really cool things such as extract parts of a string and even replace parts of a string. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at your tasks for this lesson. So you got 2 tasks for this lesson. For task number 1, I want you to create a variable called x and then assign the value I am watching Dev Dreamer. Use the relevant string method to change the entire sentence to uppercase and then console.log to display this. And then for task number 2, use the write string method to extract the channel name Dev Dreamer and then log this to the console. So as always, go ahead and pause the video, try these out, and when we come back, we'll take a look at the answers. Okay, so how'd you get on then? Let's find out. So for task number 1 then, we need to go ahead and create a variable called x and set this equal to the string I am watching Dev Dreamer. Let's just go ahead and copy this. And then we need to use the relevant string method to change the entire sentence to uppercase and then console.log it as well. So we're going to say console.log x dot, and of course the one that we're looking for is toUpperCase. Okay, let's go ahead and save this. Perfect. The console returns I'm watching Dev Dreamer in capital letters. And then for task number 2, we need to console.log just the words Dev Dreamer. So we need to use the write string method to extract the channel name from the sentence. So the one that we're looking for is x.slice, and the index positions that we were looking for were 14 and 25. Let's go ahead and save this. And the console returns Dev Dreamer. So guys, that wraps up this lesson and also the string data type. So we've looked at numbers and strings now. In the next couple of lessons, we're going to take a slight detour because before we move on, I want to cover 2 commonly used built-in objects, and those are the date object and the math object. These are both quite widely used, and so they're going to be really helpful for you to know about. So be sure to comment, share, like, and subscribe down below. Get practicing, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.